Hey Panthers, hope you all had a great weekend. This week we will be covering the coffee house event, the spring band concert, and reminder that spring break is right around the corner. Good morning, Panthers. I'm Jalen Cox.
And I'm Mercedes Gilroy.
And you're watching Panther News Network. If you like to entertain and make people laugh, please consider auditioning for the Mead High School Improv Show on Monday, March 30th at 3 p.m. in the theater.
This event, put on by the theater department, will be held in May and will benefit the Mead Food Bank, so please consider auditioning.
No experience is necessary, so please come and be ready to put yourself out there and think on the fly.
Congrats to our 2025 Panther yearbook staff.
The 2025 book, quote, Made for It All, won a Columbia Scholastic Press Association Gold Crown on Friday, March 20th.
This is the 5th consecutive Gold Crown award the staff has won and is the highest award presented by CSPA. Good work, yearbook.
Come to Coffee House tonight in the mall at 7 p.m.
There will be a variety of talents performed, so come and have a good time with your friends and peers.
Come see the band perform and cheer on your peers at their concert on March 31st at 7 p.m. at Mead.
Don't forget that next week is spring break.
Enjoy the week of the 6th off and have a great spring break, Panthers.
Lost and found items need to be claimed by this Friday before spring break or they will be donated.
As a reminder to all students, please do not open doors or allow anyone into the building during school hours.
Everyone entering the school must use the main entrance and check in with the office.
As the school day ends, please also stay aware of people entering the building and report anything unusual to a staff member right away.
Thank you for helping keep our school safe by staying alert and following these procedures.
Stop by the Paw Shop this week to buy 2 cookies for only $1.
The Paw Shop is located in the back corner behind the lunch tables in the mall towards Mr. Butler's classroom.
They will now be serving vanilla and chocolate froyo on Wednesdays and Fridays for only $3.
So make sure to stop by the Paw Shop this week for a sweet treat.
For lunch this week, we have chicken nuggets on Monday, cheeseburgers on Tuesday, French toast sticks and cheesy eggs on Wednesday, macaroni and cheese on Thursday, and pepperoni French bread pizza on Friday.
For sports this week, on Monday, we have varsity girls tennis at 3:30 at Lakeside, varsity boys golf at 11 at Chelan High School, and varsity girls softball at 4 at LC.
On Tuesday, we have varsity girls golf at 11 a.m. at Chelan High School, varsity boys tennis versus CV at 3:30 here at Mead, varsity boys tennis at 3:30 at CV, and varsity boys baseball at 4 at Ridgeline.
On Wednesday, we have varsity girls and boys track and field versus Mount Spo at 3 at Mead, varsity girls boys golf at 11 at Shadle, and varsity girls softball at 4 at Ridgeline, and varsity boys soccer at 6:30 at CV.
On Thursday, we have varsity girls softball versus U High at 4 at Mead, and varsity boys baseball versus Shadle at 4 here at Mead.
And on Friday, we have varsity boys baseball versus Shadle at 4 at Shadle.
So dim the house lights, let the memory spin. The teacher's edition is about to begin.
Back in my day, we didn't have Get Ready With Me videos, although maybe we should have, because it didn't just happen. You know what I mean? My makeup didn't just happen. It was a process. It was a lot, actually. It was the 80s, and so we always started with like a cover girl, like makeup. The thicker the better, and you never wanted it to actually match your skin. So it was like a cover girl, Noxzema scent, and it smelled like medicine, and like a skincare, kind of subtle, but also like your grandma's medicine cabinet. It really stunk. And then it wasn't perfumey, but you'd put it on, and it never really spread very well. It just kind of stuck on your face like that, and and it got stuck in any line or crease that you had, and it was really cakey, but the cakier the better, because you wanted people to know that you'd spent all the time doing your makeup, right? And then you'd have like a nice line right here of demarcation, skin, and then just like makeup, and then your natural skin. So that was fun. And then you'd have a blush, usually the brightest blush you could find, like a fuchsia or pink, like a hot pink or like a purple, and then you'd start it right about here, just right next to your nose, and then you could carry it. The closer you would be to your eye, the better. And then just right up next to the eye, right up into the forehead, almost like a C-shaped. And then don't blend it, because you don't want to blend. I mean, why would you blend anything? Because you don't want it to look natural. Again, you want it to look like, what? I just did all this makeup. And then eyeliner, just the darkest eyeliner you could find. Black or blue, again, depending on what you could find, but just really cake it on there, Several layers of CoverGirl or Maybelline, the Instant Lash. It was pink tube, green lid, and you would just cake that on. Like I said, it was a process. But your eyebrows, yeah, there was no reason to use anything other than a Q-tip really, but you'd make them as wide as you possibly could. And again, no blending. You know, you'd kind of floof them out to look as big as possible to match the hair. You wanted the hair to be as big as possible. We always said the bigger your hair was, the closer to God. So that's what we were going for, using Aquanet. And oh man, sometimes they'd be out of Aquanet because every other 80s girl wanted the Aquanet. So you'd have to use Rave, which was, it just wasn't as good because it didn't hold as well. So again, just as bright as makeup as possible. You didn't want anything you could find in nature because that was not natural. You wanted something not natural. That was the goal. Purples, pinks, blue eyeshadow, blue, just all over the whole entire eye. No blending, up the cheeks, line of demarcation. And then as you were finishing up, you also wanted to add the Lee press-on nails right before you put your leg warmers on. So yeah, back in my day, that was get ready with me.
As we pivot, watch as we play the ridiculous glory of back in my day.
Attention to all teachers. Do you have any good stories from back in your high school days?
Email Miss Bush to be in the next Back in My Day video.
That's all for this week, Panthers. Remember to be wise
Be kind
and be your best self.